Om Sri Maha Periyava Saranam. A Shastrigal family in Chennai was very devoted to Maha Periyava. One of the family member was sick and he had to be admitted in the hospital as an emergency. After a thorough checkup for 3 days, the doctors stated that the patient may not be able to sit up and he would live probably for a week or 10 days. The family was shocked. The patient's elder brother was worried and deep in his heart he wished that a miracle should happen and his brother would become normal again. The elder brother pleaded with the doctors, "Please save my brother. We are ready to spend any amount for his recovery." He prayed to all the gods whom he could remember at that moment. As a coincidence, he heard someone speaking at that time. Maha Periyava has completed his tour and he is presently in Kanchipuram. Immediately he felt a spark of hope within him. He thought to himself, when the Apad Bandhava is present with us, what is the need to worry? He decided to meet the Nadamadum Devam or walking god along with his brother. He decided to obey Periyava's instructions, and with this mindset, he got ready to visit Kanchipuram. The doctors and family members felt it was improper for the patient to travel in this condition. The elder brother said, "As my brother cannot come, I will go and meet Maha Periyava." A sudden travel to Kanchipuram was not possible in those days as there were no tourist cars and there were limited buses. He waited till evening and finally approached his friends for help. They arranged a car for him. It was around 7 in the evening when he started to Kanchipuram. They travelled in great speed towards Kanchipuram. At the same time, a miracle happened in Kanchipuram. By 9:30 p.m., Acharyal had finished giving darshan to his devotees. After darshan, everyone had to leave the mutt, except for the people who stayed in the mutt. As usual, the watchman went to lock the door when an attender called out, "Don't lock the door. Periyava is calling you." The watchman hurriedly went inside and stood humbly before Maha Periyava. Periyava instructed him, "Don't lock the door. A person will arrive from Madras. We can close the door after his arrival." The watchman waited, and nearly after half an hour, a car arrived at the entrance of the mutt. Since they were very late, Shastrigal alighted anxiously from the car. There was a procession on the way, and it had further delayed their journey. Shastrigal had thought, "We are facing so many obstacles to obtain Periyava's darshan. If Srimatam is closed, I cannot obtain Periyava's darshan." Thus Shastrigal was very tensed. The watchman said, "Sir, please come in. Are you coming from Madras?" Shastrigal questioned, "Why are you asking?" The watchman replied, "Swami had instructed that the doors of the mutt should be closed only after your arrival." Shastrigal was shocked and questioned him again. "What? Did Acharya inform you about my arrival? But I had not informed anyone in the mutt. How did he know?" Shastrigal was exhilarated. An attender called out, "Periyava has instructed you to come inside immediately." Shastrigal was filled with excitement, hope and confidence. He washed his hands and feet, kept tilak on his forehead and stood before Maha Periyava. Since he was in a haste, he had brought only a few flowers, which he offered to Maha Periyava, and he performed namaskar to him. Periyava inquired affectionately, "Did all of you eat, or are you on a fast due to all your worries and anxiety? Shall I ask them to prepare rice upma for you?" The worries had suppressed Shastrigal's hunger, and he wished only for his brother's recovery. Shastrigal replied, "Periyava, I don't need anything to eat. If my brother's health—" He became emotional and could not speak further. Periyava consoled him, "Why do you fear? He will be absolutely fine. Why did you leave him alone? Who will take care of him?" Shastrigal could not answer, and he remained silent. Periyava continued, "Since you have arrived very late, stay in the mutt tonight and leave tomorrow morning. Take all this prasad which has been received from Kamakshi Amman temple, and give it to your brother." Periyava pointed in a direction where 5 to 6 bamboo plates filled with fruits and flowers were present. Shastrigal took everything and said, "Since my brother is alone, I want to start off immediately to Madras." Periyava said, "I told you to go in the morning. Your brother will be fine. Why are you in such a hurry?" Shastrigal had to obey. He stayed overnight in the mutt and left to Madras early in the morning. Throughout his journey, he prayed only for his brother's recovery. He reached the hospital, and when he opened his brother's room, he was shocked to find his brother sitting happily on the cot. The doctors had stated that his brother may not be able to sit. But his brother was conscious and he seemed normal. It was difficult to believe that he had been sick. Shastrigal couldn't believe his eyes. He asked his brother, "How were you cured? What medicines were given to you? You are sitting happily? How did this happen?" Shastrigal continuously questioned his brother, who answered calmly, "When I was unconscious yesterday night, Paramacharya sat beside me and said, 'Did you think no one was there to take care of you? I am there with you. Do not fear. Get up and sit.' I thought it was my imagination, but repeatedly I felt Periyava requesting me to get up and sit. At one stage, without my knowledge, I sat up on the bed. Doctors came a few minutes ago. They said, 'You have been cured. How could this happen in one night? You can be discharged now.' The doctors went away, and I was waiting for our family members." After listening to his brother's experience, Shastrigal became emotional and he applied Periyava's prasad of vibhuti and kunkam on his brother's forehead. He also peeled an orange given by Maha Periyava and asked his brother to eat it. Even though Acharya had been in the mutt, he had been with Shastrigal's brother in subtle form or Sookshma Roopa. Periyava had completely cured him. Shastrigal thought, Periyava is definitely the manifestation of Parameshwara, and he prostrated to the Mahan in the direction towards Kanchipuram. Hara Hara Shankara Jaya Jaya Shankara.